So there's a lot going on with AI at the moment, but the tricky thing to know is how you can capitalize on it. So I set up my AI agency at 17, and in this video, I'm going to talk you through firstly the tools you need to know, secondly, how you can productize your offering, and thirdly, how you can get your first client. So before we get started on kind of how you're going to make the most of the opportunity, firstly, you need to kind of understand the tools on the market. Now, this is changing all the time, but I just want to show you the tools that I'm using in my business to help other businesses get ahead of their competition and offer a service which is unique, but you can also retain on a monthly basis. So first things first, it's Bubble. It's not really AI, but I still think there's such a huge opportunity here. So to explain Bubble in the most simple way possible, it is a no-code software development platform. Think about websites, right? 40 years ago, we had to build websites with code. It was a long process. Only people with kind of a big budget could build websites. Nowadays, that's sort of the same thing for software. So if you've got a mobile app you want to launch, if you've got a SaaS product you've got an idea for, you're going to have to go and raise investment, and you're going to have to spend a lot of time perfecting that app, getting coders to write code, and it's a very long process. So Bubble solves that problem because we have a no-code development interface that we can use to build mobile apps, we can build web software, and all sorts of different types of software. So it's all good saying what it does, but how can you use it to make money and implement into your business? So there's a couple of things. Firstly, SaaS is kind of seen as that golden business model, where you've got a really easy stream of kind of monthly recurring revenue, but kind of there's not as much work to uphold those clients. And once you've built a really good product and you have clients on board, they're often going to stay with you long term, and you have that stable flow of revenue. So kind of the immediate fault with Bubble that people are going to is they're building SaaS products. Obviously the SaaS market is getting more and more crowded, but there are still huge opportunities. If you've got a specific tool that you think would fit a specific industry, if you know Bubble and you know a little bit about UI design, you have the opportunity to go out and you can build incredible SaaS products and then sit back and let the revenue come in. But kind of the way I utilized Bubble in my business was slightly different. I saw that everyone was kind of going down the path of Bubble and SaaS. But I think where people don't see the opportunity with Bubble is implementing it into your business. So I went to marketing agencies and I said, instead of kind of all the tools that are out on the market at the moment, we can build you a completely custom tool which solves your specific pain points. And this can be such a huge opportunity for any industry. It's number one about kind of understanding their pain points and also understanding where current software doesn't match those pain points. So that kind of gap in the market. And the thing is, even though there is hundreds of different softwares out there for marketing agencies, at the end of the day, every business will still have individual pain points. And if you can build a specific product to solve that pain point, that is absolutely priceless to the business. I think the thing people miss about Bubble is it's like building a website, right? If you're starting from scratch and you haven't got any experience before, you're going to get stuck, you're going to give up. It's very difficult. But Bubble has a huge bank of completely free templates, from CRMs to kind of AI integrations that you can use to build products for people. There are paid templates, but there are also some really, really good free templates. So pick a template, start editing it, and that is such a huge opportunity for you to build a software product for businesses. What big businesses spend on software is ridiculous. They're spending upward of £100,000 developing a custom software product. And then also how you price this software product, well, that's up to you. Because when I started off, I did it almost like a website development fee. So I built a software product, there it is, it's yours now. And that's a fairly unsustainable business model to follow. Don't get me wrong, when you're getting started, it might be a good shout, but later down the line, you want to implement a stream of monthly revenue. So whether that be a fee, whether that be maybe you add a feature every month, you change things up, you kind of contact them, whatever, but make it worth them paying on a monthly retainer. Because for the long run of your business, even though you're not getting that immediate cash flow through, it's really, really important long term. So that's kind of the two main opportunities I see with Bubble. Number one, if you've got an idea for a SaaS product, go and build it. You will spend a tenth of the costs you would normally spend. And number two, find a niche and target that niche's pain points and build them software tools around it. But if you really want to utilize kind of the AI world and where it's all going, Bubble is really just the starting point, and you have to go beyond that. So Bubble, what it does is creates really nice UIs. You can create some back end of a functionality with Bubble. But in terms of kind of AI and automations, you want to start integrating other tools. So when it comes to automations, the two most famous tools are Zapier and it's Make. Use both of these products, try them out. Some people have one they prefer. Make is often a bit more affordable. Zapier often kind of has different functionalities. They're pretty similar at the end of the day. They both kind of connect to AI. They'll run your standard automations. So try them both out and create some time-saving automations for your business. Even just an example, look at kind of pre-built automations and look at what pain points they're solving. The point of an automation is it needs to solve a problem, and it needs to not just kind of solve a problem, it needs to speed up something in a business. There are hundreds of different things you can automate, from sales to marketing, and more and more businesses are looking down this route to save time. I would say, and this may be a little bit controversial, but automations are pretty hard to sell on their own, which is why when you're pairing it with something like Bubble or a nice interface, you've got a really good plan there, because you're building a really nice software product with a really, really healthy backend if you built some cool automations over on Make or Zapier. And once you've taken a good look at Make and a good look at Zapier, take a look at a kind of a new emerging tool actually called N8N. And N8N is slightly different to kind of your standard workflow automations, because it helps you kind of integrate and create AI agents. Now I won't go too into depth in this video about them, but the opportunity for AI agents to solve problems with, you see them most kind of on like customer support bots, but also there can be sales bots. There can be all sorts of different time-saving AI agents that you can build for businesses, and definitely we are going to see more and more businesses start to implement that in the future. Final thing on that kind of point is, if you are looking to get into the world of AI automations, you want to build your skill level there, don't use the free ChatGPT. I don't think people understand, for the difference of kind of £15 a month, the additional functionalities you get in GPT-4.0 and GPT-03 and all the new GPT models are humongous. So I would absolutely recommend kind of learn ChatGPT really well, and don't just use it to kind of the top standard that anyone's using it. Stay up to date with the new models they're releasing, use their new models, and obviously kind of ChatGPT and OpenAI as a company are going to be the core of where AI heads in the next 20 years. So you want to make sure every time they release an update, they do all sorts of kind of major and minor updates, whether it's kind of a sales bot or a whole new mainstream open source model. Like, you want to stay up to date with every little change with OpenAI, and then also kind of alternatives like DeepSeek. So you've explored these different tools. You know a little bit about Bubble, you know about the back end, how you can create awesome projects with kind of AI, automations, whatever. The tricky thing is now, how do you make money out of this, and how do you turn this into a business? It all starts with picking an industry. I started with marketing agencies, and to be honest, you might find that industry is not best for you, but you want to pick an industry and you want to give it a really good go. Now the next step of that is finding an industry and solving their problems. Get on calls with people in that industry, as many as you can, and do not sell to them. What you want to do is find out the problems that they're finding in their business. I created a spreadsheet, and every single business I talked to in the digital marketing agency industry, I would write down exactly the pain point they were solving. You will find common pain points, and you can productize that. You can build systems that solve those problems and then sell it on to those agencies. But if you miss out that core step of talking to businesses and finding their pain points, it seems an annoying step because you're not directly going to make any money, but I promise you, in the long run, that will save you so much time and you will do things the right way. So let me just show you how I did this for my business. So I went onto LinkedIn Sales Navigator and I targeted my ICP. So ICP is your ideal client profile, who you want to talk to. And I sent a really simple outreach request saying, "Hi, saw you got loads of experience in digital marketing. Would it be possible to get a little bit of advice on what I'm working on?" Don't try and bring people straight onto calls. I tried that, and I think most of the time people are a bit reluctant. Just send them over a 2-minute video, no less, no more, 2 minutes. Explain what you do, be honest, and make it completely explicitly clear that this is not a sales pitch, you're just looking for feedback. Some people from there will say, give you some feedback, perfect, pop that on the document. They'll say, your solution sounds interesting, let's get on a call. Perfect, you might have made a sale. And obviously you'll get all sorts of different responses, but those are the two you're mainly looking for. I know this kind of worked particularly well for me because I said I was 18, and if you're a young entrepreneur, you've kind of got that edge, because the kind of core behind this principle is people want to help people, and you can completely use that to your advantage. And once you've done your research, you can start to build a package and you can start to productize your offering. So my recommendation for that would be this. You've got the spreadsheet of the pain points you find in different businesses. The next thing you want to do is create a core product, almost like an MVP. Create it on Bubble and create a product that solves people's pain points. Then go to businesses and say, look, I've sort of created this product. Would this be something useful? Give it to them for completely free. Let them trial it, and realistically, they're going to want slight changes made to the software. And because you're essentially a software development agency, you can bend this core product into fitting different businesses. You've got to accept, if this is kind of your first time doing this, you are going to have to give this product away for free or really, really low cost to bring businesses in. The best advice I got from a SaaS founder is the aim of what you're doing is how can you get 100 people to use your software as quick as possible. They don't have to be paying, but if you can get 100 people using your software and then implement a pricing strategy down the line, or even create an even better product, you are going to be able to scale your business phenomenally from there. Obviously, if you're looking for another route, you could just create one firm product if you absolutely know that this is going to be a game changer and you can give it to different businesses, but I promise you that is a lot harder than it seems. Or you can just approach businesses essentially offering a kind of more affordable software development service. So you'll build each product completely bespoke to a business and then offer them that product. Obviously, the problem with that is essentially for your kind of time management, if you can have that core product and then offer it to different businesses and tweak it to different businesses, that's where I think the gold is. So I would recommend that option. Anyway, thank you for watching. Kind of stay up to date on my journey as an 18-year-old founder in AI and no-code development. But good luck. Cheers.